week one of the NBA Cup is in the books, and we are on to week two. And so far, it's been so good. Got a lot of surprises and things that a lot of people different see, but that's why it's the NBA Cup. This is Balling Out, your host Shawn Robinson and Grant Rhodes, and today we're just going to kind of discuss, recap the first playing games that took place on last Tuesday and Friday. Like I said, it's about half the league has played two games, and then half the league had only played one. Um, but yeah, so we'll just break down, give our a couple, look at the group leaders so far, go through a couple of things that happened during some games last week, and then give you a couple of games to watch out for on this coming week, Tuesday and then Friday. Grant, I have to say the first thing I will mention before we get too much into things is the Cavs 14-0. How long do you think they get until they end up losing a game?
Dude, I mean, it's kind of crazy. They've been on an absolute heater, even without Spida for one of those games. They're playing some really good ball right now. I mean, it's hard to say when they'll lose, but I definitely think we'll see it in the coming days here. I know even with their record, I definitely wouldn't have predicted them to even be where they're at right now, or even heading in that direction, but. They're definitely shocking me, that's for sure. But I definitely don't see this winning streak going on for say another 15, games or so. I think it will come to an end quicker than it will last.
Okay, interesting. All right, so I see what you're saying a little bit, but we'll get to it later when we talk about the games happening this week. So the leaders, of the groups, like I said, it's been like half the league has played two games, and then some have only played one. But starting with the West, the Rockets in Group A, OKC in Group B, Golden State Group C, and then the Magic Group A, Detroit Pistons Group B, and the Hawks Group C. Out of those leaders, what would you say is the most surprising one? I know you said something when we talked about this before the preview. You talked about the Orlando Magic kind of being that sleeper team.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you for giving me my flowers there. Yeah, no, I just like this team's there. I thought they'd just be someone again, kind of like the Cavs right now, like someone I just wouldn't want to go play against currently. And it's showing just like the two games that they've played. And in this in-season tournament, they got a point differential of plus 37. So like not only are they just winning, they're doing it pretty confidently there, and holding opponents under 200 points. If you kind of look around the league there, not seeing too many guys that are really holding it down on the defensive end there. So it's good to see that. And I think that's going to be kind of like that, that second edge or kind of that second push there. That's going to potentially get them to, kind of come out of this with maybe some hardware. But I don't see it really going that far. But again, definitely a team I'd say to look out for. But even with that, in that Group A there, you still got the Knicks who are 2-0. So technically, they're both, right there. But Knicks are playing some good ball as well. Definitely got to clean up on the defensive side a little bit, in my opinion. There, uh, but yeah, I think they'll be fine again. They're just a gritty team, and that's like we say that's going to get you places. And I think with the in-season tournament, they'll definitely make a little run themselves for sure. But in my eyes, probably the most shocking is going to be the Pistons. I know I'll give you your flowers here. I know you said this was a team, to be looking out for there, and again, yeah, 2-0, in the in-season tournament so far. Definitely looked, pretty good at stretches there. It came down to the very end for all of them there. So good to see the Pistons actually, coming out with a win there and still, fighting it out as opposed to the opposite of, Pistons blew it again. So definitely was shocking to see that there. The Hawks also, I will say a little bit with them too. 2-0, putting up a lot of points, just a lot of points, but can't play a lick of defense. So I think
Yeah.
at the end of the day, I mean, again that they're winning. I'm not nothing to take away from that. It's just as far as continued success, I just I think they're going to run into talented teams. I think like if they would have play Boston, I think it's yeah, I just think a team that's actually going to clamp them up a little bit better, they're not going to do so hot. So again, shocking, a little bit shocking to see the 2-0, but I don't think that's something they'll kind of keep up there. And then lastly, just real quick, the Golden State Warriors being 2-0 there. Steph's looked phenomenal. He just looks. I mean, he's looked really good out there this year. Definitely, just the whole Warriors team. I'll say, besides Steph, they're playing some good team ball. Gotta give a little bit of props to Draymond Green. He's still kind of holding it down. As long as he's on the court there, as long as he's not bad mouthing, getting already ejected. Like it was the stupidest technical too. He can be an idiot sometimes, but he definitely
Facts.
definitely provides a spark to that squad, and it does show. It I mean, might not always be the most box score numbers there, but he's making the little plays, and he's shooting the ball, and a little bit better here and there. But like to see that that number climb, and I just like to see him develop a new jump shot.
I think at this point in his career, I don't know about developing a new jump shot. It might
Just
be
make
over
it
for
look
him.
different because it looked like he got a backpack on, bro. Like it just something's weighing him down.
And it be going in too, so I'll be like, hey, props to him.
True,
If
yeah,
it's not broke, don't fix it. If it ain't broke, don't fix
true,
it.
true.
Um, so yeah, going back on what you said about the leaders, I would say the Rockets, they have a high point differential. I think it was like plus
On
26,
here, yeah. So plus the Rockets were plus 21 on here.
plus
Um,
21.
yeah, because they had that 125 to 104 win.
Yeah, yeah. So I mean that's a little surprising, but like I said, it's only one game. But the Pistons, yeah, I did tell people that they could win that group. Now, obviously, they still have to play the Pacers, um, who they have not played yet, and they'll have to play the Bucks again. But I believe that they could come out of this group, if not one, maybe two. If they could be able to get at least one win against the Pacers out of the two games, I think they get one or two.
Also, I just want to point out: did you know the Rockets' only win so far in the in-season tournament was against the Clippers? Did you watch that
I
game?
do.
Okay,
Yeah, I do. No,
I
I
didn't
didn't
know.
watch the game. No, I
I
didn't.
said I
I
didn't
didn't
know if you
watch the
want to talk about that one or if we were just gonna
game.
gloss
Nah.
over that one with if you look all the way, where are they at? Oh yeah, they're 0-1 so far.
Yeah, it's a little it's tragic. Yeah, I'll save my Clippers in season stuff once we get to 20 games. So once we get to 20, 25 games, then I'm gonna come back out here and say something about the Pistons, about the Clippers and some other teams.
Okay,
But
okay, okay, fair, fair.
yeah, yeah. I will point out real fast some things that you mentioned the Pistons, they're 2-0, but both of their games are close. The first one,
Yeah,
Eric Spoelstra, right, called a timeouts and didn't have any
it
more timeouts.
worked.
Yep. Beasley went to go make the easy free throw, and they won 123, 121. And that was a game where Tyler Hero was going crazy. I think he made like 6 straight threes to even bring the Heat back within the game. Um, so yeah, no, that was I actually watched that game. That was it was a good game. I was mad that the Pistons they can't they got to figure out the whole fourth quarter thing,
No, yeah,
and get better in closing out games because they can score and they can compete, but if you're not finishing games, then it's gonna be wraps.
yeah,
Um,
oh yeah.
yeah, and then another one, Steph. The Clay return to the Bay. Steph went crazy, dropped
That
a
was yeah.
37, 9, and 6. I know we were talking about that game. As one to kind of look forward to last week. I know you probably watched that. What were your takeaways from that game, Rafels?
It was well. First, you could just sense the energy in there, and then
Oh yeah.
I don't know when if I read the actual thing that you know Clay had texted
I,
I think I saw it like afterward or whatnot. I don't think it was before the game or anything like that, but like during the game, you could just tell like there was something. It was like okay, he this means more to him than just like any other game, and besides the in season tournament at that point, I don't think that even mattered to be honest with you.
uh,
Because you could just tell he went out there, he played with passion. I mean that was loud in there. It was cool seeing. I mean, I will say it was kind of cool seeing kind of this not like kind of hero villain with like Steph and Clay, but like Steph or Clay, excuse me, wasn't wasn't too like friendly or anything. Wasn't over there joking around too crazily. It was I don't know. It was kind of like it was I could see like a little rivalry kind of growing just for that one game there. And then yeah, and then afterward, of course, seeing the report that uh, or Clay didn't respond to Steph or whatnot, he ghosted him or whatever it
Yeah,
was there, and Steph took that personally, and you saw it. So like I remember because I went back and I watched like some of the highlights from that afterward after seeing that, and I was like, oh yeah, like you could just see it. So that was an incredible game to watch, and if anyone didn't watch it, just yeah, it couldn't match that because it was a once in like a she had to see it for the first time there. It was crazy.
yeah, yeah. No, that was a great game. Yeah, and you could tell, just the Steph, Clay, and Draymond, all three of them. There was definitely some in that game, and Draymond and Steph prevailed. And once Steph was going crazy and saying, "Oh yeah, you should stay here, you should stay
Yeah,
here," I
so,
was like, "Oh
yeah,
yeah." I was like, "This." So I see where you say the rivalry. I could definitely see that. I would not be surprised. Especially in the Western Conference, and who knows the way the Warriors are going. This could be a playoff series, and if this is a playoff
yeah.
series,
Oh, dude,
popcorn.
sign me up, bro. Yeah, I'm there. I'm there, bro. Because yeah,
Man,
that I mean, you could already feel like it kind of felt like a playoff game there. I mean, I know I will say, watching some of the the games so far with the in season tournament, it does definitely provide a different atmosphere as opposed to just your regular game. Um, so I will say, with that respect, I know I kind of was saying I thought viewership would still be kind of either down or about the same. Again, I think it's still a respectful effort to try to get people to watch, get people more entertained, and kind of provide more of somewhat of an emphasis. And I can kind of you can kind of see it among some players, and it's kind of fun to see them actually kind of I wouldn't say like play harder, but just kind of play with more passion a little bit, kind of play the way the game is supposed to be played.
yep. Nah, I would agree with that. You got any other games or things from some games that happens that you thought was kind of crazy? The only other one I had was Brunson's buzzer beater at Brooklyn, but yeah, not too much from this past week's slate of cup games.
Oh well, of course I gotta mention my Lakers squad. Oh my
Oh
goodness,
yeah, yeah,
the amazing game! Yeah, you go. Oh
yeah.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, no, they absolutely. I mean, yeah, they cooked. It was fantastic. It was a kind of scary game, honestly. Against the Spurs, there, I was a little worried for a second, but great late game finish by the King himself. Beautiful 3-pointer there. Anthony Davis obviously did his thing. He's playing phenomenal this year. I'm very, very, very impressed with how he's played. He's put on a solid little MVP kind of caliber season so far, I'd say for sure.
Hmm.
Obviously, very, very, very early. However, I definitely like what I'm seeing from him. I think did he finish out with 39, if I can recall? I don't have the stats up here or whatnot, but I remember.
Yeah, I don't either, but he did. Yeah, it was like
Listen,
39.
I know he definitely he cooked. He had a fantastic game, and um, same with Dalton Connect too. He was fantastic. I'm definitely liking the little glimpses I'm seeing out of him for sure. And then yeah, JJ Redick's got this team playing better. I know I kind of said it before and all that, but it's going to take a little time. I know it's not perfect. They're not like say anything crazy. However, I'm liking a lot of what I see so far, and so we'll see if that continues.
Yeah, nah. I mean, people are liking it so far. I would say Laker fans as
Oh,
people.
yeah, I mean,
So
almost yeah. Anthony Davis averaging 31, LeBron averaging 9 assists, almost 10 assists there, and then AD shooting 56%. That's all you need is those. I mean, your two stars there, and if Dalton Connect can get a little bit better and kind of almost provide like that third kind of superstar role, not superstar role, but the kind of third role player there. That's I think that's going to take this team. I don't know if it's going to take this team all the way, nothing like that, but it's definitely going to make some noise in the playoffs. It's definitely not a team I'd say want to go against.
yeah, things are clicking so far. So we'll have to see. If you guys can sustain it. That's the thing. Can the Lakers
Yeah,
sustain it throughout the entirety of the season? So we'll see. Um, this we're wrapping it up. kind of looking ahead of this week, what are some games you kind of looking out for? Obviously, you got the Boston and the Cavs game on Tuesday, so that's tonight as this podcast is being dropped. In East Group C, should be a big game. You lean any way? You stay? You think the Cavs gonna stay undefeated?
I'll give him one more. I'll give him
Okay.
one more.
Okay.
Yeah, I got him with one
Uh,
more for sure.
all right. I will note that I know because I just looked at it not too long ago, but they do play again on December 1st, which is, in about 3 weeks, 2, 3 weeks here. Time is flying by. So, even
Yeah, it
if
is.
Cleveland was to win this game and continue to keep the undefeated streak alive, and then I think they just play the Wizards, the Pelicans, Hornet, like bottom, so they'll probably continue. But December 1st, if they're undefeated till then, bet it. All your money needs to go on Boston because they're losing that game. I guarantee you,
I just think,
they're not
yeah.
gonna let it
At
happen
that
again.
point, yeah, Boston, they ain't putting up with that. Yeah, they don't want to be a part of history in the wrong way.
we're gonna see a Derek White masterpiece, Jalen Brown, Jason Tate. Like, bro, everybody's gonna go crazy just to make sure the Cavs do not continue the undefeated streak.
Yeah,
So,
'cause that'd be
yeah.
crazy. That would be insane. I mean, if they went that long, I'd say though. I mean, hey, props to them, and I think we gotta have a serious conversation about the Cavs actually gonna win it all.
Yeah, yeah, you're right.
But we'll see. Yeah, they're playing some good ball, so I can't take anything away from that. They play some really good transition basketball too. That's what gets them out and ahead. Because defensively they're putting up. I mean, they get some big stops. I mean, I know point wise it may not look like that, but they're getting out quick in transition there, and they're making use of points off turnovers. They're getting out. It's just they're playing some good ball. So we'll see.
The only other games I had for Tuesday, I believe, are the Mavs and the Pelicans, but that's eh. But exciting. You got the Bucks and the Pacers, and then the Mavericks and the Nuggets, which is on Friday.
Mavs
So
Nuggets, that'll be good.
yeah,
That'll be a fantastic game.
yeah, yeah.
I'm gonna lean Nuggets. I'm gonna lean Nuggets early.
Okay, okay. Nuggets early. What about the Bucks and the Pacers?
Pacers for sure.
Pacers.
Like, with the spread too, whatever it is.
You think so?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I forgot. I forgot the Bucks are trash. The
Bucks.
Bucks are
Well,
trash.
they just have Doc Rivers. I mean, I just don't know. Like, I think it's just that's why I think we really have to go back and look at that Boston Celtics ring. I think that actually holds a lot more value than people than people want to say. Because that team, they had Doc Rivers. I mean, I don't know what that ring might be worth like two or three now.
We may need to re-rank Kevin Garnett, Paul Pierce, and Ray Allen. We
Is
may
Paul
need
Pierce better
to.
than D Wade now? Nah, I'm playing. I'm playing, but yeah, no, the Bucks right now. I don't know. I just don't even know. Like, it actually just doesn't. It literally doesn't make sense to me right now why the Bucks are what they are. Besides Doc Rivers, because that was a team that started off so hot with Adrian Griffin, and like I feel like ever since then. Oh, actually, I'd love to see the stat. I wish I had it pulled up, but whatever the stats are since that firing there, because it's not been
Oh,
great.
it's worse. It's
Oh, I
worse
know for
by
a
one.
fact it's worse. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
100% worse. I mean, it's just they have to figure it out, and I mean that in the most respectful way possible.
I said it. I give it around like I don't know. We're at the 15 game mark now, so I say 10 more games. And if you guys are seriously like
Oh,
still losing, Giannis's time in Milwaukee may be coming to an end. I'm just saying. I don't know where he'd go, but I
they
wouldn't be
just said they were gonna
surprised.
lock it. They said he's not going anywhere though. That's the thing.
Yeah, he probably won't go anywhere like this season, but I could see like him next summer as soon as the season's over because they're not winning the championship,
No,
unless they have a turnaround of a season or Doc Rivers gets out of there.
yeah, that's what they need to do.
But yeah, but I could see him next summer just being like, "Hey, I'm out. Like, you guys aren't going in the right direction." He was like, me and Dame ain't working, so you know what? Just gotta move on. So, I it'd be interesting to see. Obviously, Tuesday and Friday there were the NBA Cup games, and so we'll keep covering that. And we're also gonna have some guests up soon in the next couple of episodes and dive more into the season as we are in November now, and we're getting just about a week from Thanksgiving. That's all we got for now. Till then, we'll catch you guys next time.